Hi guys, it's Coach Rick Storley here with a short and sweet video on how to convince more prospects to buy from you and not your competitors. I'm going to give you my process for closing more sales with less effort. My name is Rick Storley and I help home builders and remodelers make more sales with less effort. I've developed a 5-step system called Functional Sales, and it's a combination of cutting edge internet marketing technologies and today's best sales strategies. So today we'll take a look at the second and fourth steps in my sales system, creating value and converting prospects into buyers. Now, of course, this begs the question, why do some of my prospects choose my competitors over me? Well, I first got into real estate back in the early 90s, and I remember attending this seminar by Mike Ferry. I was at the front of the seminar. I was just a sponge taking notes, and I remember this quote he said. The quote was, "You can't lose something you never had." And this was in reference to dealing with rejection, and it made perfect sense at the time. But today, with the internet, not a realtor or a builder being the go-to resource, I'm thinking about this differently. So really, what is different today? Well, you got these old school trainers like Mike Ferry, and they love to train salespeople on sales techniques. Of course, this information is invaluable to being a successful new home or remodeling salesperson. I'm not arguing that. But, and this is a big but, what if your next buyer eliminates you before you ever talk to them? It doesn't matter how much sales training or sales techniques you have, you never get an opportunity to use them. We know that new home and remodeling prospects research and shop for builders online by a process of exclusion. That is, they're trying to narrow down their choices, so when they pick up the phone or visit a model home, they only have 2 to 3 interviews to conduct. So the key to being included and not excluded is creating value for your services online. If you're going to convert leads into prospects, then you have to create value online, and then you confirm it with your sales presentation. So the very simple learning outcome I want to show you today is the #1 way to increase your sales. Now, this is an interesting question. How do you define value? Well, as an equation, value equals price performance divided by quality perception. Now let me break that into layman's terms. Think of the dollar store. Everything in the store is the same price. So you, or maybe your kids, you go into the dollar store and you see something that you feel is worth $1 or possibly more. You purchase it. Now we add a few zeros for your product and services, and the same principles apply. If you present your pricing and your prospect is focused on the price, instead of the product and services you're proposing to provide, value is not established. So in other words, price performance is greater than the quality perception. And because of that, you're not going to get the sale. You lose the sale. So therefore, the quote, "You can't lose something you never had," is not accurate. It all comes down to value. Now at the same time, if your offer was equal to or greater than the price you're asking, and this is important, please write this down, it's greater to or equal than the price you're asking in the mind of your prospect. Value is a dynamic, fluid thing. You've created value in this instance, and you're going to make the sale. So the #1 way to increase sales is very simple. You develop, not wait for, high quality prospects who see the value of your offering. It's something marketer Seth Godin calls building a tribe. Now, high quality prospects really have 3 traits. First, they feel like they know you on a personal level. And second, emotional trust has been established with these people. It's important to recognize that your prospects want your product for emotional reasons. Once that's established, you as a salesperson helps them logically justify choosing your company. So emotional trust can be gained through your value creation program, and you as a salesperson simply justify and confirm that trust in your meetings. And the final trait of high quality prospects is the establishment of value for your company. Now you have a shot at winning the business outside of just being the lowest price. There's different ways to create value. First of all, you can have a dynamic virtual market filled with up-to-date relevant information. You be the go-to place in your local market. And your online virtual market would include your website, would include your blog, would include your social media. Now, secondly, you can have an automated nurturing program using web marketing automation focused on education. You're going to educate your prospects on design, location, and pricing plus how to choose a builder. Those are the focus topics. Third way to create value is you get client referrals. When a client referral comes to you, they come to you as a quality prospect through the transfer of trust by your client. The challenge for most builders, and probably you too, is not having an automated referral manager to leverage this resource. See, every builder will get some level of organic referrals, but very few systematize getting referrals from a higher percentage of clients and getting them long after you finish the job. The final way to create value is by you as a salesperson. You do this every day. If you don't have a virtual market full of up-to-date relevant information on building, you don't have an automated nurturing program, you don't have enough client referrals, you're going to find a ceiling pretty fast because everything has to be done manually. You see, a salesperson has to manually create value, spends way too much time and energy having to start from zero with every single prospect. Your sales conversion rates are going to suffer and they'll be quite low. So salespeople, you should be confirming established value, not creating it. If you've struggled to grow your business or at least improve the efficiency of your sales process to no avail, this is most likely the culprit. So let's recap. When a prospect is focused on price, they don't see the value for your company. They're most likely wanting to confirm a purchase decision with a competitor, and your only chance is to shift their focus from the product to your unique process. If you can't do that, don't bother wasting your time. Now, if you don't automate value creation and client referrals, you're never going to grow like you want to or improve the efficiency of your sales process. You know, working less and making the same amount of money is a good thing. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to determine when to go for the close versus backing off so you can sell another day. If you have questions or would like to see a demo of my functional sales system using web marketing automation, call or email me at the contact information on this page, or simply click on the button to schedule a date and time for me to call you. Happy selling.